Did you know that sheep have an excellent memory? Yes, you heard that right. These woolly wonders are not just adorable, but they're surprisingly intelligent creatures too. When we think of animal intelligence, we often think of dolphins, elephants, or maybe even our pet dogs and cats. But sheep, yes indeed, sheep have an impressive ability to remember faces. And we're not just talking about other sheep. They can recognize and remember human faces too. Research has shown that these fluffy friends can remember up to 50 different sheep and human faces for years. Imagine walking past a field of sheep and one of them nudges their friend saying, "Hey, isn't that the person who fed us apples last summer?" It's a whimsical thought, but not too far from the reality of a sheep's memory. But it's not just their facial recognition skills that are impressive. Sheep are also adept at navigating complex environments. They have a keen sense of direction and can map their surroundings in their minds. This ability helps them to find the best grazing spots and water sources and to return safely to their flock even after wandering far afield. These skills are essential for their survival and they've honed them to a fine art. So, how do we know all this about sheep? Well, scientists have conducted a number of studies to understand the cognitive abilities of these animals. They've used a variety of tests, from maze-solving exercises to face recognition tasks, and the sheep have consistently surprised the researchers with their intelligence and adaptability. In a world where we often underestimate the intelligence of animals, especially those we consider farm animals, it's time we gave sheep the recognition they deserve. They're not just woolly creatures grazing in the fields, they're intelligent beings, with memories and skills that rival those of many other animals. So the next time you see a sheep, remember, they might just remember you. Ever wondered if sheep have feelings? Well, let's dive into the emotional depth of these woolly wonders. Sheep, like many other animals, possess a surprising emotional complexity. They are social creatures, forming close bonds within their flock. Just like how we humans cherish our friends and family, sheep too value their relationships. They recognize their flock members and form friendships, preferring to spend most of their time with their buddies. When separated from their friends, they often show signs of stress, just as we might feel anxious when we're away from our loved ones. Sheep can also feel fear. They have an innate sense of danger and can quickly sense when something is amiss. The bleating of a frightened sheep can alert the rest of the flock, prompting them to stick together for safety. This collective behavior is a testament to their emotional intelligence and their ability to empathize with their fellows. But it's not all stress and fear. Sheep also experience happiness. Observing them on a sunny day, grazing peacefully or playfully butting heads, it's not hard to see that they are content. They express joy in the simplest of things, much like we do. Sadness too is a part of a sheep's emotional spectrum. They grieve when a flock member passes away, often displaying signs of depression and a lack of interest in their surroundings. It's a poignant reminder of the bonds they form and the depth of their feelings. Even boredom can creep into a sheep's life. When their environment lacks stimulation, sheep can show signs of restlessness and dissatisfaction. This is why it's important to provide them with a varied environment, stimulating their curious minds and keeping them engaged. So next time you see a flock of sheep, remember, they're not just mindless creatures. They have feelings and emotions. They form bonds, they communicate, and they care for each other. They experience the world in ways that are not so different from us. It's clear that sheep have a rich emotional life, much like our own. So let's give these woolly wonders the respect and care they deserve. Ever wondered why sheep have so much wool? Let's unravel this woolly wonder together, shall we? Sheep are born with a fluffy coat for a reason. It's not just for our aesthetic pleasure or to make them look like cuddly stuffed animals. This woolly coat serves a major purpose in their survival. It's an excellent insulator. Just as we humans layer up during chilly winters, sheep rely on their wool to keep them warm and toasty. But it doesn't stop there. This insulation works both ways. In the blazing summer heat, the wool also helps to keep them cool by trapping air and creating a natural air conditioning system. Talk about dual-purpose fashion. Now you might be wondering, doesn't all that wool get too heavy or uncomfortable? Well, that's where the process of shearing comes in. Shearing is the act of removing the wool from the sheep, And it's as routine to them as getting a haircut is to us. It doesn't harm the sheep, and in fact, it's quite beneficial. It keeps them comfortable and prevents issues like overheating or infections that could occur if the wool gets too thick. But what happens to the wool after it's sheared off? That's where we humans come in. Wool is an amazingly versatile material that's used in numerous industries. It's woven into cozy sweaters, knitted into warm socks, and even used to make carpets and upholstery. It's also used in insulation materials and even in the music industry to improve acoustics. The possibilities are endless, so not only are sheep intelligent and emotional, they also provide us with the wonderful resource of wool. They are the unsung heroes of the textile world, their wool keeping us warm, comfortable, and stylish, all while contributing to various industries. So, the next time you pull on your favorite woolly jumper, spare a thought for the humble sheep and the woolly wonders they bestow upon us. Did you know that sheep have played a significant role in human history? Let's take a stroll down memory lane to the distant past. Thousands of years ago, our ancestors began domesticating sheep, taming these gentle creatures for their bounty of resources. Their wool, milk, and meat became essential cornerstones of early human societies. Think about it, woolly warmth in the icy cold of winter, the creamy richness of sheep's milk, and the sustenance provided by their meat. These elements were not just luxuries, but necessities for survival that helped our kind thrive and advance. But the role of sheep extends beyond mere survival. They've been woven, quite literally, into the tapestry of human culture. In ancient myths and legends, sheep often took center stage. The Greeks, for instance, had the golden fleece, a symbol of authority and kingship. The Bible, too, is replete with references to sheep, symbolizing innocence and sacrifice. Fast forward to the Middle Ages, when the wool trade drove economies and shaped societies across Europe. Entire towns sprouted and flourished around the business of breeding sheep and trading in their wool. In the modern day, the symbolism of sheep continues to permeate our culture. They represent docility, innocence, and the communal spirit, often taught to children through nursery rhymes and bedtime stories. The black sheep has become a metaphor for the outcast, the one who dares to be different. And let's not forget the scientific contributions. Dolly, the cloned sheep, marked a significant milestone in genetic research, opening new avenues of possibilities and sparking debates around the world. From the pastures to our parlors, from mythology to the cutting edge of science, sheep have indeed been our constant companions, subtly shaping the course of human history. Sheep have been our companions for millennia, providing us with resources and enriching our cultures. So next time you see a flock grazing peacefully, take a moment to appreciate these woolly wonders and their remarkable journey alongside us. So what have we learned about sheep today? These seemingly simple creatures are in fact far more complex and fascinating. We've discovered their surprising intelligence with their ability to recognize faces and solve problems. We've delved into their emotional depth, understanding their capacity to form friendships and experience a range of feelings. We've marveled at the benefits of their wool, which has warmed and protected humans for centuries. And we've traced the significant role sheep have played in human history, from ancient civilizations to the modern day, providing sustenance and economic stability. These woolly wonders are not just passive inhabitants of the countryside, they are intelligent beings with deep emotional lives, providers of valuable resources, and integral components of human history and development. So the next time you see a sheep, remember just how amazing these creatures are. They're more than just woolly animals, they're intelligent, emotional, and have a rich history with us humans.